Well, looks like we're going live again. And I hope that you'll forgive my cough. I just came through quite a few weeks of COVID. In this journey of COVID, I got diagnosed with it in early June. My wife did, like 2 days later than my son and my daughter in law. So we all ended up having COVID at the same time. And so I'm back at work this week. Took an extra week and a half off from work. I had it. My wife had it. My son and my daughter-in-law. We all had it. We all live in the same house right now. Having gone through this journey of COVID, each of us with our own symptoms, each of us with our own battles to fight individually as well as corporately. I want to share you some lessons that I've learned along the way. All right. Some lessons that I've learned. So I still have a cough. So if you hear the cough, please ignore it. That's that COVID cough everybody keeps telling me about. It said it'll be lingering for a while. Here are some things that I learned. I just shared with you that in early June, I was really lethargic. It not been that way much. I always thought it was my normal bronchitis that I get about this time of year. But it turns out my wife's like, no, you need to go get it checked out. So I went and got it checked out. Sure enough, I get positive for COVID. I'm thinking, oh, rats. And so I canceled everything, right, for up to a month because I don't know how long I'm going to be. And that was on, I think, June 9th or 10th. My wife then goes and gets tested. And then my son and daughter in law do. Now, I will say this, I'm grateful that we all went through it together. One, it would have been much more challenging for all of us if we all had it at different times. All right. I think that would have been a problem. We all went through it together. We all had different symptoms. And early on, I was probably sleeping 15 to 18 hours a day. I had a really bad cough and a lot of nauseousness. One point, I had to go and they diagnosed me with pneumonia in my right lung. Luella had fever. The fever stayed with her for about a good week and a half. My daughter-in-law had the worst of the fevers. Hers were up around 102. Okay, it didn't come down that to lower, probably for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. My son had his own struggles as well, nauseousness, et cetera, et cetera. We all slept in different rooms, not that we needed to, but we wanted to. Luella slept in my youngest son's bedroom, now vacant because he lives in DC. My oldest son went and slept in a room downstairs. I was in our bedroom, and my daughter-in-law, Suzanne, she stayed in their room. And for a week and a half to 2 weeks, we're all in our own journey of healing. We all are hurting. We're all struggling. We all know that we have to heal individually. And yet, here's what I learned. Are you ready? Number one, those who've watched me teach on healthy marriage and healthy relationships know that I live by a principle. And that one core principle is the most important part of marriage is us. When us wins, you both win. When us loses, you both lose. It takes two to make an us and just one to kill it. You know what I found out? The value of us in a crisis, the value of an us, that when us is strong, individually we're strong. When us is strong, you're not tackling life alone. When us is strong, you feel like you can take on the world. And even though we are all hurting, we are all struggling, we all had a lot of unanswered questions. Friends stepped up and brought us meals, left them on the front porch for us. People went to the pharmacy, got our meds for us. A lot of things like that happened. But inside that home, all of us struggling, there is deference to one another. We learn the power of being flexible. We learn the power of it's not just about me, it's also about all of us because we're all hurting. And because we're all hurting, we all just kind of pitched in and helped each other out. You saw patience and kindness. You saw humility because we recognize we're all battling something together, something that we can't control. And to get mad at each other, to get frustrated at each other, to get snappy or snippy, whatever word you want to use, you could do all that. And everybody probably felt that way at times, I'm sure, you see. I am sure people felt that way. But in the end, we never did because we were all struggling. We were all in our own little isolated worlds trying to heal. But even when we came out of our rooms, how are you? How are you feeling? What can I do for you? How can I serve you? My son serving me, my daughter-in-law serving me serving them, Luella serving all of us. Wow. I give her the greater piece of it, not me. But I saw the great value of being an us. Now, Luella and I have probably been a strong us for a long time. We tend to live that way. But boy, the power of us during COVID, it deepened my love for her. It deepened our respect for each other. It deepened, I don't know how, I don't have the words for it. I really don't have the words for it. I do know this though. Through that journey of COVID, our marriage just deepened. I don't have a word for it. Our usness just increased. It deepened. There was a greater respect for each other and for us. Now that we're on the backside of COVID, we are experiencing the depth of the increase of the usness that COVID afforded us. You see, when crisis comes into relationships, you can allow the crisis to destroy the relationship, or the relationship can come alongside each other and deal with the crisis. Because usually it happens in conflict, isn't it? You have an issue. And so what happens is you have an issue, and I have thoughts about the issue, and Luella has thoughts about the issue, but our thoughts and feelings about the issue are different. So we end up attacking each other rather than attacking the issue. And you destroy the usness along the way. But because we had a strong us, and then this thing shows up, right, in our home, something we can't control, we can't beat, in terms of we have no power to control. All we can do is walk the journey of healing. Us carried us through COVID, to the point that now that we're back at work and we're both stronger, we do have a residue, like I got that COVID cough. The sweetness, the intimacy increased. I am so grateful that one of the things I've learned through my COVID in my marriage journey is the value of us in a way I've never fully understood it. Oh, I teach it and I live by it, but boy, oh boy, it could have been tested and found, but it wasn't. We have grown, we have matured, is who we are as individuals and how we want to live out our relationship, our faith, our marriage, to the point that there really is power in living for us. I can't explain it to you in a way, but I'm trying the best I know how. I really do believe when us wins, you both win. When us loses, you both lose. Two to make an us and one to kill it. I'm telling you, we were an us, not just as a marriage, but as a family. As a family,